Hey, buddy, watch this.
Budget secret Mech Paladin. Now, I know that's a lot of adjectives, but this is really a take on what is an underrated deck right now, which is Secret Mech Paladin. And if you look closely, that's a tier 2 deck in the Rise of Shadows meta right now, but it's not one I see very often. It's not one a lot of people seem to be playing. The idea of fusing that new early secret package with things like Sun Reaver Spy and the Mysterious Blade to give you some early game dominance, because those can both be such powerful plays, and then combining that with a mid-game mech package so that you can just keep up the pressure and overwhelm your opponent with lots of big buffs and big magnetic minions, giving it favorable matchups against a lot of things in the meta. In particular, I think Warrior has trouble with all those big death rattle-y mechs. And this deck, despite being on a budget, does the same thing as the full version. It cuts a few legendaries along the way that certainly do lower the power level, but as you'll see in this video, still winning games at rank 5 or better rather consistently with this list. And that means if you're playing on a budget and you're looking to rank up from anywhere from rank 50 to rank 5, this one's going to help you do that with some nice efficiency. Now, that said, I think the best way to see this deck is just to see it being played. So let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay.
I will fight with honor.
For some reason, the uploads just aren't uploading. So weird. I'm gonna try something else. I have an idea. So guys, this is a Mech Secret Paladin, which is a pretty underrated archetype right now for some reason. This is a budget one, though. It does not have the Kangors or the Tyrion, which is clearly a problem, right? Like, that's a deficit. The deck would be considerably better with either of those things, but it's, again, a budget deck, so we gotta make some sacrifices. Executus, dude, thanks for hanging out, man. Good luck on the interview, dude. I hope you do well. Can I play the time roll now? I actually can't. No, we're going to do budget decks because we're being featured on Hearthstone for budget decks right now. So if I wasn't playing budget decks, we'd be lying to all the good folks of Hearthstone. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to lie to the good folks of Hearthstone. I want to treat them well. I like Hearthstone. It's been a very handy site helping me grow both now and long ago. I used to post all my decks there. Sometimes they'd get lots of views. People would learn who I was. Like, Hearthstone's been amazing for me. A great tool. A very good tool. Hearthstone and Google drove most of my early growth. Or I guess YouTube search would be a fair way to put it too. Not necessarily just Google, but YouTube search drove a lot of my growth. Okay, so not a really big set of power plays just yet, unfortunately. He'll want to trade into this, I'm sure. I'd love if he cast a spell, but it's pretty unlikely in Zoo. Magic Carpet's the most likely turn 3 play. So I have to imagine that's what we're going to encounter. Is he going to leave that up? Ooh, he might leave this up here and go for the face play. Nope, he's not. He's too smart for us. Harvest Golem Redemption, that was actually pretty legit. Whoopsie, missed some damage. I've done it too. Don't feel bad, man. I did it today, I think. I did it today, even. Alright, so if he kills this, we get a nice upside. If he doesn't, we get a nice upside. Probably actually we'll run an Oil module just to force him into this redemption play, right? I don't think I want to run the War Gear here despite the stats, because I want to stop taking as much face damage. Plus the math just lines up really nicely, so it's a good turn. So I guess my best draw would be something like Auto Defense Matrix right now. He might kill this, but I don't think he will now that it has 5 health, right? I don't think he will. Well, actually, those are still pretty good trades. It would be fine either way, because I get the other... Oh, this going to 5 health is a problem, though. I guess that makes the War Gear look a little better again. But I'm going to die if I do that. I can't do that. I have to play this. It just sucks now. Am I still dead? Am I still dead? No, 9 health is a lot. I guess probably not yet. Almost, though. Jeez, almost. Almost. So we get a 2/1 and another Harvest Golem. But is this Annoy module going to be enough to stabilize? I doubt it, man. I think Zoo's just going to keep pushing through. I need to hit like a Consecration or Bronze Gatekeeper would be nice. This Annoy module is certainly a start, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get there. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Auto Defense Matrix. Now that's a little more intriguing, isn't it? Okay. We're gonna try this. Actually, let's go this way to get more attacks. Oh no, never mind. I don't have rush here. I'm not a not a warrior. I'm not a warrior. This is fine. I'm at 3 health. So Soulfire is obviously a problem. I don't have Ziliax in this budget list. That would certainly have been nice. You shouldn't have played that not magnetized. Maybe. I think getting the trade, though, is good, because Zoo has a lot of ways they can utilize minions in some pretty sneaky fashions. Okay, well, that was good for me, because he just whiffed on that trade. And now I can buff this a ton and redeem it. It's actually fine to do it this way. Actually, let's just maximize our health total. I don't want to take any risks here. Okay. I like this. I like this. Just did my custom panic card. It was a lot of fun to make. Nice, dude. What's the best budget deck to play since spending money on Hearthstone? What's the best? I think my Token Druid's still my favorite list. It's only 5. That's not enough, so I can't actually Blessing of Kings here to keep my taunt alive. The question is, do I trade into the carpet, or I think you kind of gotta respect the carpet, don't you? Unfortunately, I'd love to go face for 13, but you kind of have to respect the stupid carpet, I think. Well, let's think about it, right? Best case scenario is he draws 2 1-drops, right? Well, best case scenario for him is he gets Soulfire. Not every deck runs Soulfire, though. So he gets 2 1-drops, right? They each have 2 attack. He runs in to my Harvest Golem, and he kills everything, and he hits my face for 1. In that case, I will have a 2-1 and a 3-2 and a 1-1 on board. That would be 6 remaining damage, and he'll still be at 10 health. So that would make War Gear a lethal out. That would make Blessing of Kings a lethal out, and I'd get a lot of defensive outs potentially as well. But I think I just would rather have this minion live, because I think ultimately he just isn't going to have a way to kill this, right? Because like Leroy, it doesn't really solve this problem for him. So why risk it, right? Like we can still attack with this next turn is the presumption now. Don't Soulfire me, bro, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, this is scary, guys. This is very scary. Mecharoo sucks, and Voidwalker kind of sucks. Okay. Alright, he also decides not to trade. So that means my taunt's going to get even bigger. And outside of a Soulfire, I think we're going to get there, guys. If he has Soulfire, he should tap for it, for sure. That ain't it. He's dead! He's dead! Yes, team! What a win, man! Making a comeback with the secret Mech Paladin against Zoo. Wow, we just kept hitting the right buffs, honestly. Clearly, as you can see, we weren't going to be able to go much longer like that. We tapped out. And this deck doesn't have the same reload of the full version, right? Like, you don't have quite as much of the mid-range stuff. There's still a lot. You have War Gears, you have Mechanical Whelp, so you can go fairly long and sort of mid-range into this list. But you can't go as far as Tyrion or Kangors, right? So you got to win a little bit faster and just hope for the best. It's a pretty crazy game there. Miss Kilbin just murdered a jackhammer in the... What is going on? She's murdered a jackhammer, guys. There is a God, hallelujah. Yeah, it felt good. That was a good win, guys. Thanks for hanging out for it, man. Appreciate you all. Tell me about your lives, guys. I've been asking this lately. I feel like you guys don't tell me enough about your lives. I love hearing about your lives. Love hearing what's going right, what's going wrong. Tell me everything, dudes. I want to know. I want to know. I like hearing what you guys are up to. Have a crazy sore throat, says Scorthos. Well, that's actually one of the worst feelings, I feel like. I hate sore throats, man. You just feel like you can't do anything almost.
For justice.
They really seem to bog me down. I don't know about you. Seems probably the same. So that's no fun. She did what with a jackhammer? She murdered it. She strangled it to death. That's what it sounded like. A jackhammer fighting for its life. Sad jackhammer fighting for its last breath. That's what I heard, at least. That's what I heard. Let's do this. Hopefully we can Kings this, right? Or even Gatekeeper, it's probably not too bad. But with the Redemption, this is a pretty sick minion anyway. So if he does find a way through this, which I don't think will actually be easy for him, we get the nice reload probably anyway on 4. And then we can just start pushing. If he plays Magic Carpet, we trade. But otherwise, I might go face. I got to think about Grim Rally challenges a little bit, right? Had a Shark Tank style interview lately, and it was quite intimidating and scary. It makes me appreciate the poor people on TV. Yeah, dude, people with money can be intimidating, right? When you need their money. Yeah.
Who murdered who?
Pyro! I murdered Miss Kilbin in cold blood. No, nobody murdered anybody. My life's not that exciting, sadly. My life's not that exciting. But yeah, I started speaking up. It went well, man. I'm sure you killed it, dude. I'm sure you killed it. Like, you know, being on Twitch gives you an advantage in that sort of stuff. I got way less nervous in any sort of client environment when I was talking to clients or doing presentations. Once I started doing Twitch, I was like, well, 3 people in a room is no big deal. I'm regularly talking to hundreds of people on Twitch. It's like, well, what are 3 people? Like, who cares? Client calls are like nothing, you know? And I know physical presence can change that a little bit. You can make it more intimidating to have people in the same room and stuff. But still, I feel like it's really helped a lot to be on Twitch, for me at least. For me at least. This is a big old boy. This is a big old boy.
Oh wow, it registered Skilbin.
This is a big old boy.
You don't even go to Blizzard jail for that. You go to jail.
Well, yeah, I might go to Blizzard jail too. They probably wouldn't want to. They probably wouldn't want to do much with a person who murdered someone. Are you sure you're being sponsored by HS Replay? I am sure I am not being sponsored by HS Replay. No, we're not being sponsored by anybody ever. Regardless, I've never been sponsored by HS Replay. We've had a partnership with them before. Well, it's not the dude I wanted back, but it's not the end of the world. I'll take it. But what you're talking about is Hearthstone. We are being featured on Hearthstone, but I agree the numbers are not crazy big. I think last time something weird happened, because I think maybe it was like being featured across the entire site instead of that one article, because last time the numbers were totally insane, like unrealistically insane, I thought. So let's see, we have 14 we can go face with. Actually, even, well, no, not more. I'm just gonna go face, guys. Even with the Magic Carpet, I think 12 is just way too much for him to deal with. So we'll try to play around Grim Rally a little bit or something here. Right, let's just go. I do have some weapon top decks. No, I don't. I have Spring Rocket as a top deck. But regardless, this makes life tapping for him pretty hard to deal with. So even if I don't secure a lethal via that attack, I think it might be important to lock out my opponent a little bit. So anyway, Membry, I think you're right, though. I think you make a good observation. It doesn't seem like we've gained a ton of extra viewers. That said, we already did one budget post on Hearthstone, so it's probably going to be less popular anyway. Like, it's going back to the same well a little bit. But definitely not as crazy as last time. Last time was like thousands of viewers, which again seemed a little shady. Not like shady's not the right word. Shady's not the right word at all. It wasn't shady. It just seemed crazy. Like something different happened than normal. Like more than we had typically seen, right?
Howdy, partner.
Well, unfortunately, this is maybe one way this game doesn't go my way, right? Is like crazy reform shenanigans. I mean, we still have a 10 health minion on board, so he's only got 8 mana. What could really be happening here, right? We know the Magic Carpet is not empowered anymore. It's only legendaries now. I mean, I guess, are there any 1-mana legendaries? Chameleos, maybe? But I think we'll be alright. I missed what I asked you guys how your lives are, and I missed it. My liver is in pretty good condition. Well, that's good to hear, I guess. Yeah, I'm a scout for the Colts. The NFL draft is today. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I used to know, or my dad kind of knew a guy who was a scout for the Utah Jazz. Different sport, obviously, but similar kind of idea. Excited to go back to the Philippines, and my fiance so much miss her. Well, that's good, dude. Good luck. Good. Have a good trip when you can, I guess. Murder isn't really that exciting, to be honest. Mahoney sounds like you're speaking from experience. I don't know. I found your YouTube videos, or YouTube and stream because I had to quit playing WoW. I have a baby due in 2 months. Well, congrats, Nootropic. That's really nice. WoW can indeed kind of suck your life away. I feel you, dude. And Hearthstone is a little bit more palatable. So that's exactly kind of why I played Hearthstone too. And Here's the Storm. It's like I wanted to experience what WoW had to offer from a character standpoint. Like, you know, I loved the characters and the moments of WoW, the stories and all that stuff, but I was kind of getting stuck in the time sink like you were, so I had to shift into something that was more chunks, bite-sized, you know, bite-sized stuff. Currently in the process of preparing for my final exam. Well, good luck, Jewel Strike. Good luck. Let's see. Oh, Workers! My God, dude! Thanks for the 10 months and the surprise message there. I've never heard that one before. Never heard that message before. That's totally new. Oh, and Gamer Pro with 100 bits. My God, dude. Thank you, Gamer Pro, man. Appreciate that. So even now, just the Harvest Golem is representing a threat to lethal here. This Never Surrender's never going to activate, though, because his deck is all minions. He could still stabilize here, guys. I don't have... Well, Consecration actually is over-the-top damage at some point. Hopefully we'll draw. But if he does play like a taunt or something, you know, and if he can clear the Noyo module, I may not have a way to get through a big taunt. There are some indeed legendary taunts. Even like a Hogger or something might be too much for me. Although at the moment, no Hogger would be insane with Khadgar. It doesn't seem like he has it. It seems like he's like trying to do the math here, but the math's not adding up. Is he gonna play like a Baron Geddon or something? Like, what's about to happen? I don't know. What's the Lord Godfrey? That's gonna pop this out though, right? Yeah, that's not gonna go super well. Maybe he was hoping for the best. I don't know. But yeah, guys, the budget Secret Mech Paladin 2 in a row, beating 2 straight Zoo decks, dudes. Both with just stacking giant mechs, right? Just giant mech stacks, so are doing some cool things. So this deck's working out really, really nicely. Lost a mare yesterday, trying to keep happy. Oh no, Gamer Pro, I didn't know you were a horse person, but I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's never good to lose any sort of any animal. They become like family, right? They're like our friends in times of need, you know? They're like often your best friends. Often your best friends. Sergeant Smokey says, had a pretty harsh stutter growing up. Really? And talking all the time to people. I did not have a stutter. I can't imagine that. That sounds like it was really hard, dude. Way to go. Can't even tell anything like that. I was also a pretty frightened public speaker myself. Like in high school, I remember taking a public speaking class and just being like almost unable to do it, like paralyzed with fear. And now it's like, you know, no big deal. Just kind of grew out of it somehow. Got some confidence. You say even an online environment has helped overcome most of it. I would encourage anyone who's scared of public speaking to participate in exposing yourself to some degree. Hey, listen. Regis Kilbin does not endorse exposing oneself to anybody. That is not this kind of stream. Do not expose yourself. Please keep your business, keep your private areas private. If you want that kind of stuff, I guess you can go to Sergeant Smokey's stream. I don't know. I started up my new job 2 months ago, and it's the best thing I've ever done. I got more time with the family and more time for my hobbies. Awesome, Han. That's great, dude. Congratulations. Pyro says one of the saddest moments of my life is when I typed /played. Oh, dude, I feel you there, man. I totally feel you there. Is he on 4 or he played coins? He's only on 3. Good, so this is actually going to live, which is going to make this Blessing of Kings insane. Yeah, I think we go, right? 7 health's a lot. 7 health's a lot. I do like the Bellringer Sentry as well, but keeping this minion buffed up is really valuable. Because if I can keep a mech alive and get more magnetic mechs, we can really start to stack, and Druid can have trouble with that sometimes. Now, clearly he can kill this right now, I guess, with just hero powers, but then the Redemption might activate. Maybe we hit a War Gear off the top, right, and I'm starting the whole chain over again. And that would be pretty baller. Plus, I mean, I'm just eating minions the whole way through. He's actually not going to kill it. Intriguing. That is spooky. I need that consecration off the top. This'll work too.
Access denied. Deploying countermeasures.
It's going to go to 10 health. I guess I need to kill one of these as much as possible, right, to deny any sort of extra buffage. It's going to 8, so like Savage here, obviously still going to kill this, clearly. It's going to do some work. We're going to go to 6-8. Acorn Bearer into a Blessing of the Ancients. Okay, so it's going to 6-8. He's going to trade in 4 of these if he wants to. He may not. He may just hold. I would certainly think that's a fine play, too. He could totally clear my board here. That's probably going to be game, I think, honestly. I don't think I can beat Wisps. Without a Consecration, that is. We just don't have a lot of cards on this deck, so... like, even if I hit a Consecration, it's not gonna... I need it to be ahead and push, right? Like, that's how I win. I don't win by being behind and, like, making a comeback, right? This just isn't enough to get there, so we're gonna lose this game for sure. I feel you, Pyro, dude. I think for me, it was like, I'd only been playing for, like, 10 months or something, and it was 120 days played. And I was in college at the time. I don't even know how I actually did well. I actually graduated college in 3 years, despite the first year being lost to World of Warcraft. I don't know. But I think because my program and my college were not particularly super competitive. I'm not bragging on myself. I think it was a weakness, if anything, of the school. But yeah, dude, I feel you. 120 days and 10 months is outrageous, right? That's like more than a third of your life. And some people's even more than that, right? Some people's even more. If I hadn't been going to college, it probably would have been more for me too. But it's wild, man. How much time can be lost to WoW? That's for sure. Crazy, crazy world there. And you know what's funny? I still want to play. Like, there's this. My absolute dream as a streamer, which. I love playing Hearthstone. I'm a very happy Hearthstone player. But if I could get into the ground floor of a new MMO, like if there was the new World of Warcraft that finally became the go-to MMO and it was like a fantasy MMO, and I could be a content creator for that, forget it, man. That would be my go-to. I would be playing freaking whatever that MMO is day and night on stream. Just non-stop, dude. Non-freaking stop. And I am super dead, right? We can't even clear much here. Can't even clear much here. We can try to play for a secret, I guess, but I don't think there's any secrets that matter, right? Auto defense is not relevant because there's no taunt, so he's just got 13 on board. And you saw this game where we lost and where it fell apart. Like, it's pretty obvious. We just couldn't quite get enough health to deal with everything. Agreed on Hearthstone, started playing Inside of Heroes because I could do it on mobile and it consumed less time per game. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I feel the same way. I've been trying to play the new auto chess on mobile. They released like their official auto chess on mobile. Games take 40 minutes. It's like impossible, dude. I can only play it when I'm like watching TV with a fiance or whatever and she's like watching a show or something. I got a yellow lab puppy a couple months ago. So did my parents. He is definitely a lover and not a fighter. Well, that's always good. That's always good. You like the puppies to cuddle. I left WoW when the Panda expansion started. It was cool, but a waste of life, honestly. I figured it out. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a waste of life. It's something that can bring a lot of release and joy to people, so I don't want to like say it's inherently bad. It's just, it can be bad for certain people. Like, it was bad for me at the time. Apparently Pyro's bad, Sexy Avenger is bad, but WoW is an important way for a lot of people to kind of live vicariously in another way and get achievement and get satisfaction in another way, so... You know how it is. I'm behind on chat, guys. I'm sorry. What was your major? I was a psychology undergrad, which, like I said, was pretty easy. To give you some context, though, I we had a program at my school, at my university, where they used undergrads to TA the intro level psych classes. So if you were a well performing psych undergrad, like if you had a good GPA and were involved in the stuff, then you could be a teaching assistant for like Psych 101 or Psych 102 or whatever. I think it was Psych 102 for us technically. So you do like the Friday group sessions and stuff. You wouldn't like lecture, you just do like the Friday sessions. But anyway, I came in with like a bunch of AP credits, and like I basically skipped a year in college. Like it only took me 3 years to graduate. Didn't technically like skip a year, but I came in with like 18 credits or something, which is like more than a semester, and then I was taking like 18 to 20 credit hours per semester to get ahead. So anyway, long story short, I actually got into that program and was a TA for a class in my starting of my 3rd year in college. So like the start of my junior year, I was TAing a class, which was just insane. So I didn't have the traditional kind of easy psych experience, is what I'm getting at. I was actually doing some kind of big time stuff. Big time, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to brag, but so it was a little harder than normal perhaps, but still pretty easy, I think, in the scheme of things. 120 days and 8 months, and I think it was like 10 months, Xanon, technically. I don't know for sure exactly. It was probably from about April to the middle of Encourage, so that may be wrong, but if you can figure out when April 2005 to the shortly after the release of Encourage, that would be the exact time frame that I logged 120 days. Have you seen the new wholesome Hearthstone animation? I have, yes. Yeah, I have. WoW Classic is coming soon, and I think I'll probably play it, but I'm hoping it's fun. I find ESO pretty freaking awesome. I know a lot of people enjoy that, yeah. Good God, my man, you are going ham on my face, and I do not appreciate it, sir. I do not appreciate it, sir. I need to play this. Why didn't I play this? I think I made a mistake, guys. Why didn't I play this?
Got something to hide?
I don't know why I didn't play that. I'm just dead. I was distracted by talk of WoW, man. I'm not even paying attention to this game. Spear of Adune's gonna get me. WoW consumed my life, then Blizzard gave me my life back by releasing Lords of Draenor. What a gift they gave you, man. That's funny. So now he's moving away from the raw damage output. Well, not quite, I guess. I need a taunt, man. I have so many taunts in this deck. Annoy module, please. Ask and ye shall receive. Real shame I don't have a real shame I don't have a way to play around it. I am actually going to do this because I think it's important, because that is mana he'll have to spend to pop this Divine Shield, which means, like, I know there might be a Waggle Pick, but I'm hoping to win the game before the Waggle Pick's relevant, right? Because I have 9 damage on board, 11 damage, 15 damage, and this is 17 damage if he thinks it with his face, right? So we do actually have a counter lethal here if things line up. Hopefully they will. Hopefully no, like, Vendetta or something. So that should just be game, right? I think I did the math, right? 9, 11 plus 4 is 15, right? Whew. He went hard to that Leroy. I guess he didn't have a choice, man. I guess he didn't have a choice. That was freaking scary, though, dude. And there you go. That's the budget secret Mech Paladin. Worked really well. We won a lot of games. This deck doesn't feel bad at all, despite some of those sacrifices and budget cards. It still has pretty high power level. That said, if you guys have thoughts or recommendations for this one, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. But until then, thanks much for watching. And until next time, game on.